are a few of the things. I've got a jump rope in here. Haven't opened it up yet. I've got a couple of magnets. Haven't used this type of magnet yet. They look like fun though. I have a bag of balloons. You can do a lot of things with balloons. Blow them up, bang them around, have a game of volley balloon. And in doing that, you're going to use your energy to push that balloon up. And then when the energy wears out, then it'll come back because of gravity, unless somebody else hits it again. Magnifying glasses. I know our little great-grandniece Bella loves these. She's always walking around. First, when she was about 2, she'd just say, "Hi!" And then for looking at things up close.
One of the things with the magnifying glass is the way the light fragments through it and the angles and how the physics part of it. It's a fun thing, but it's got a lot of physics involved in it.
It does. Now the scissors, these everyday tools that you use, are made of at least 3 simple machines that I can think of. Levers or levers. And the sharpness is a wedge. And they are connected with a screw. So there's 3 simple machines in one. What would you do without these scissors? This is I don't know what they call it, but you can demonstrate different motions with this figure.
One of the things we got that for, some of the athletes, the Olympic athletes, been watching them training. They did train here in Boston in the 2004 championships, and we thought some of the movements that they made, they outweighed physics, didn't they? They seem to
contradict the laws of physics.
And go beyond physics. But with the help of this little man and some studying, we found that just adjusting physics and learning to use physics in a different way. But it's like a circle, it's all little angle. Break it down, and it's the same movement. It just, when you see it, 80 miles an hour going through the air, twisting the head up in the air, the skates down and the butt. It's amazing to me. It seems to go beyond physics, but
it is amazing.
It doesn't go beyond physics.
This is called a Newton apple. It is 1 Newton. This is part of a set that I bought. Comes in a long box like this. Newtons are something that I am in the process of learning about. Newton as a weight. I believe this is supposed to weigh 1 Newton, and then using a Newton of force to do something. I have a lot to learn in this area. We'll talk about that at some other show.
Talked about it in a baseball show, because we saw something on the pressure of throwing and the Newtons, the weight, and they relate it to a bat, baseball bat, and with the tip. Whoa.
Frisbee. Frisbee is a great way to learn about aerodynamics and not to learn about hairstyle fashion.
Well, good if you have a dog, too.
Oh, yeah.
The dog understands physics naturally.
All right. Here's a few of the books that I have. This one is called Experimenting with Physics. And you can see on the cover they've got bicyclists. I'll tell you, bicyclists and skateboarders and people that jump ollies on their bikes. These people are masters of physics, and they don't even know it. I would love to get to that population. Very well illustrated book. This is another one about the young inline skater. And finally, this is called Sports Science. And on the cover, they list a few of the things that you find inside here. Discover what makes a curveball curve. Find out why a Frisbee flies. Uncover the secret behind a skateboarder's ollie. And I know a lot of kids would be interested in looking at a book like this. There's lots of them in the library, too. Madeline Goodstein is one particular author that's done quite a few books. And let's see, we've done the hula hoop. We've looked at those books.
What is going to be at the library this weekend,
Oh,
Catherine?
thank you.
This,
Thank you. Right, Mad Science. Some of you may have already been to the Mad Science performances that have gone on there. It's going to be on Saturday, February 15th in the morning, 9:30 for the younger children and 10:30 for the kids that are a little bit older. And her topic is called Trick the Eye. And they're going to be going into optics and refraction and light. And that's this Saturday, the 15th. They do it every month. Great program.
Now, the program that you're doing, you want it mainly for children. Is it? You'd like grown-ups to be involved in it, but
Yeah,
it's mainly for children. Is it because one of the reasons you think that U.S. is slipping a little bit behind in science?
Yeah, right, right.
Now,
And math.
what's these science programs that you've been to? Seen?
The Cambridge Science Festival is one. The Science Museum. And I'm going to get into those in future programs.
In future programs,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's see.
Just this program you'd like to mention about the library.
That's right, the Mad Science. So what I want to do was just repeat for you if you want to see these videos that we've shown, some of the ones that I've recommended, and any others that interest you, you go to nbclearn.com or science360.gov, and you can take a look at those for yourself. View them over and over. And in watching those and in the Olympics as they continue, keep your eye out for these two things that we've already talked about. Angular momentum going in a circle, and compare it to straight line momentum. And remember about speeding up with the arms in close to the body, close to the center of axis. And to slow down, you put the arms out, away from the center of axis, and it increases drag. And if you skate yourself, or if you like to hula hoop, or if you've watched the hula hooping on this show, are inspired to pick one up and do it yourself, or if you just have an office chair, you can try all these things that we've talked about and demonstrated today. So, and I want to thank Frank for co-hosting this show for me, and for everybody on the crew here for helping out. And I want to just leave you with one thought. Sports and games are the gateway to science, and you hold the key. Thank you.
Thank you. And I must point out that sitting here, sitting and standing, we have 3 Olympians. I have a gold medal, my wife has a gold medal, and the cameraman Gullison has a gold medal.
Senior Olympians.
In the Senior Olympians. But they are gold medals.
That's right.
And we did earn them, and we can relate to these gold medal winners. The pride that you feel of going up and getting a ribbon put on you, it's really wonderful. And I'd like to point out too, some of these people at in Sochi, the athletes, they're amazing, they're magnificent. 15, 16, 17 miles an hour, going down a luge at 80 miles an hour on a piece of plastic with no front fender on it, no balloon, safety bags that go on, just you and 80 miles an hour going down a luge. It's fascinating, and I'd be afraid, and I just wonder whether it's the youth, they don't have the fear. Maybe when I was younger I would enjoy it, but 80-odd miles an hour. And when the skiing, they're reaching similar, and they're going to such heights, I love it. I'm in awe of it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And,
what I was just going to say, what you...
USA. Yes. We're doing all right, the USA, so far. We got a few pet medals.
We're all done.
I lost the count of them, but we're around about 5th. But we're doing really jolly well, and I want to feel it for poor Sean White. I remember when he back, little spotty face and red hair sticking out, but he was a little wizard on his board.
Frank.
And unfortunately, he made a mistake today, and he pointed out he got there too early. He spent too much time practicing, and that's not his type of athlete. His type of athlete, you go weigh it up, give him less to worry about, and just go out and do it because he's been doing a lot of practicing. Maybe next year, Sean, you have my sympathy. And that's the end of the show. And thank you, John. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Gulliston. And I hope Mark contacts Dancing with the Stars because he had some nice movements.
Thank you very much for watching.
I want to thank Betty and QATV for putting up with us to get this show done. This show should have been done last Wednesday, didn't it?
That's
when
right.
we had the enormous storm. But that was nice for me because when I think of storms and science, I think that God still proposes and that science hasn't learned to control the weather yet, and I hope they don't. So even though I like the science, I'm on the side of God. And I want to thank everybody, and time to go and see another sport.